time for the United States and our allies to make it clear to Bashar Assad that this is an unacceptable act. It is also time for us to be ready for any eventuality, including the option of military intervention.
Syrians and the rest of the world brace for the possible unleashing of chemical weapons by Syrian President Bashar Assad. With me, our terror analyst and author of They Must Be Stopped, my friend Brigitte Gabriel here in New York City, and Fox News Middle East analyst and author of The Coming Revolution, Dr. Walid Phares. Thank you for being with us this evening. Brigitte, I'm going to start with you. The issue today and the question everyone is asking is whether or not you think that Assad will use chemical weapons against his own people.
If he is pushed into a corner, yes, he will. He already said if he is going to go down, he's going to take down the Middle East with him.
But when is that point? When does he think? He's killed 40,000 people. What will make him think he's at the end of his reign?
This afternoon, As-Safira fell in the hands of the rebel, which is the largest chemical storage facility and arms for the Syrian military. He is already warning them this afternoon not to use chemical weapons. He is afraid that they might use it, which signals that he may be preparing to use it against his own people in defense as his last hurrah before he goes down.
Okay, Walid? What do you think? Do you think that Assad will use chemical weapons against his own people?
He is going to try not to use it as much as he can because he knows the international reaction is going to be very tough. He is going to consult or try to consult with the Iranian leadership to know if they back him if he uses it. And of course, he's going to try to consult with the Russians. But as Brigitte has said, if it comes to his own safety, if the rebels, jihadi or non-jihadi, will surround his palace or will try to get him, he knows what happened to Saddam, he knows what happened to Gaddafi, he may use it in a limited way. And there's another scenario, Judge. If he can exit from Damascus and flee to the northwestern part of Syria, where most of his own community, the Alawi community, is, and then defend himself and he is attacked, then most likely he will use it to defend his own community.
What is with the Russians? Why are the Russians siding with Assad in this, Brigitte?
Well, the Russians are siding with Assad. They are trying to create the friendship, and they are also trying to create a counterbalance against the United States. It's like who's siding with who at this point. They have a vested interest in the Middle East, and that's why they are working with him. And also, let's remember, the Russians and the Iranians are working together. They have a relationship. So indirectly, they want to assist Assad because Assad is working with the Iranians. He is an ally of the Iranians, and it is defending that bloc and that philosophy.
And Walid, if Assad gets to the point where he either takes asylum or let's assume he uses the chemical weapons, what will happen then?
Well, first of all, depending on the scenario, he may use that weapon if he is pushed to, as we discussed earlier. If he is isolated in Damascus and they're going to come, to get him, he may use it so that he can exit and go to the northwestern part of Syria, where the Alawi community is. Now, there is another scenario that I think may be of great concern. If he and the Iranians are coordinating an attack against our interests in the region as a whole to stop basically the international intervention in Syria, this is where it becomes very dangerous for us, for Israel, for Turkey, and for the Syrians themselves.
Brigitte, what is the Arab world doing about Syria? I mean, you've got this guy who is a monster killing children in front of their parents, 40,000 people. Why isn't the Arab world doing something?
Well, when you look at the Arabic world, you're looking at countries. When you look at countries, you're looking at tribes with flags, basically. So when you look at the Arabic world, every country is identified by one person on one-man regime. So what is the Saudi kingdom is going to do? You know, they are also the rulers ruling the majority. When you look at all the Arabic countries, they can identify with Assad because this is how they are ruling. They're not democratic nations. So that's why they're sitting on the sidelines. However, today, this afternoon, the Middle East, the surrounding countries around Syria, because of what happened this afternoon with the falling of Safira, you know, the chemical weapons in the rebels' hands. Israel is on alert. The surrounding countries around Syria are on alert, as well as the West.
Well, certainly a very dangerous situation. Brigitte, Walid, thank you so much for being with us this evening.
Thank you.